Okay, we're back. Indeed, we have a caller on the line. Good morning. Tell us who is calling, please. Reverend Dominic. Good morning. Dominic, see what we see you. Weigh in on the matter. What do you think? Reverend Dominic, good morning. Oh, well. Is it going to be one of those kind of days?
Yes, can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, okay, now I can hear you. Good morning, Reverend Dominic.
Good morning, Chief Yori.
Please go ahead, sir.
Okay, let me say this, Chief Yori. Sometime 2 years ago, you are hosting this wonderful, program. Yes, you are hosting this wonderful program, and one of our guests who came in then, I know that TVC have done justice to that, and I made a statement like this, that our governors in the north know who the bandits and the Boko Haram are. The man insulted me and insulted my father. You were hosting this program that day. Now, Yori, let me say this. I wish that insult could have stopped this pain. Yori, to be frank, I have 3 girls and 1 boy as a man. How do I feel that one of them is not here now? How do I feel? Yori, let me say this. The problem here is politicians. Remember during the time of Buhari, during his end of 2019, many girls were abducted. I can't remember the place now. In the north there.
Yeah.
Now, see what is happening. Since 2027 has started again, since over 1 week now, there are over 150 killings in Zamfara, in Kisokoto, and this kidnapping, and over 150. And because of the election, let me say this, Yori. Look at the answer here. Yori, as long as the northern elite, the politicians in the north, the regional leaders in the north, if they can come together, the councillors come together to say and ask themselves this personal question: how long do we sell our daughters and buy them at weed? By now we're running around. We're going to pay ransom if we want them, because now the people who hide them are holding them in the spot. They're holding the hostel. They're holding the children. If to fight them, they use the children as a shade. And nobody wants to kill one of the girls. We're going to pay ransom. When we pay ransom, they buy more guns. They buy more protected guns. They buy more uniforms. They pay their agents. How long will we continue this? This is no more banditry. This is no more terrorism. This is man to man. As long as our brothers in the north, I know that we saw me after this message now, I'll get 1 million cost. No problem. As long as they were in the north, governors, politicians, everybody, the one who hates Tinubu, the one who hates somebody from south or east, cannot see Ghana and answer the question. How long do we continue this way? This will not stop. The other day we were talking about genocide. What is genocide, Yori? What is genocide? When you capture somebody and send them against his will, whether it's Hausa, Igbo, or Yoruba, whether it's Muslim or Christian, who is supposed to die? Who is good to die? This is not about whether it's a Christian. This is not whether it's Hausa. This is not whether it's Fulani. Everybody living in this map called Nigeria are important. And we are committing genocide against ourselves. We should accept that. The northern elite, I beg you, enough is enough. Stop selling your children and stop buying them. Let me have a nation that's decent. Do you know how Donald Trump called us? They said a nation that has no quality, a nation that has no respect, a nation that are street makers. What kind of a nation are we, where we sell our children and buy them at will? Now the firstborn or the person have died. Nobody will talk about them. In Chibok's case, many also died. Till today, almost 1/4 of Chibok girls are still there. Like Shaibu are still there. What a person are we? This is not about Tinubu. This is not about the government of APC. This is about people who fight. This is not Tinubu. Who wants to take black at all means? Who wants to take over government at all means? Why would you do this to ourselves? If Tinubu will be there 8 years and go, now Buhari is a history. When Buhari was in power, sir, I was mocked twice in a supermarket. People beat me because I bring Buhari. I saw the Buhari as a pastor. Now Buhari has come. Buhari has gone. Now it's Tinubu. By the grace of God, by 4, 5 years or 8, 7 years today, Tinubu will go. It may be Alhaji. It may be Okeke. It may be Yori. As may be. But why would we do this to ourselves? Our brothers in the north should stop selling their children and buy them at will. There's information that this is going to happen and nothing happened. May God help us. There is God, though. There's God, though. There's God, though. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Reverend Dominic. And let me quickly introduce our guest, Mr. Bamai Aniko Dabai. He's a public affairs analyst, and he joins us via Zoom. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. Hope you're good too. Well, you just heard what that gentleman who called in said. Immediately, one was reminded of Boko Haram and how the horror story started. We thought it was going to be, you know, something about a sort of a routine incident of criminality. But here we are. We don't have those girls back yet. In fact, as my guest, you know, just said, up to 25 of them have not been freed yet, even though we hear that some of them are away in America studying now. But that's not the point. The point is that we have another situation where 25, up to 25, some said 24, some say 25, girls of Government Girls Comprehensive High School, Comprehensive Senior Secondary School in Maga in Kebbi State have been kidnapped. How do you see it? What do you think is going on? Those that are making the distinction between terrorists and criminals, meaning kidnappers, do you have anything to say about such speculations?
Let me first of all condole with the family of the late vice principal and also the families of the abductees, that's the kidnapped students. It's really a very trying time for them. One cannot imagine his daughter being taken away by such kind of criminals. It's a trauma, it's a very serious trauma, so we sympathize with them. I also condole with the Zulu Emirates community and the entire Kebbi State and Nigeria at large, especially parents. You know, it's no longer an issue of northern Nigeria, southern Nigeria, eastern Nigeria, Christian or Muslim, or even whatsoever. Once you had of abduction of school children, most of us, we have our kids in the school, so that's you get worried about it. So let me also disagree with Reverend Dominic for maybe 10 seconds. It's not an issue of northern Nigeria. What we are facing is criminality. We have the IPOP in the eastern Nigeria. Sometimes they close down schools, they burn down government infrastructure, they have been attacking and also kidnapping. We have less of that in the southwest. So what we are facing is not only peculiar to northern Nigeria. It happens that the northern Nigeria is a combination of so many things. So this is purely banditry. It's not about kidnapping. It's not about kidnapping. It's banditry that is combined with so many things inside. There is a political aspect of it. There is economic aspect of it. There is social aspect of it. Because most of these bandits, if they kidnap these school children, especially if they kidnap those children, they will use them as shield, especially the female ones, making it very difficult for security agencies to go after them. And what they now do is to bargain. They have done that previously, I think 2 years or 3 years ago. They kidnapped schoolgirls in Benin Yauri, and government have to come in and pay. A lot of money has to be raised, and ransom has to be paid before they release those school children. We don't know what they are experiencing now, but it has been a very pathetic story. So the issue has multiple layers. It has a political layer, it has a social layer, it has an economic layer. Economic layer in the sense they are making money out of it, and they will use this money to buy weapons and also to do a lot of things. So what has happened is condemnable. We should not try to make it a northern issue. We should look at these girls as Nigerians, and they are in the school for especially the north that is having low percentage of school children. They are in the school to acquire education, and they have been abducted. They are Nigerians. We should face it as that. Once we begin to make it north, south, Christian, Muslim, tribe, whatsoever, we are going to miss the whole point. What we should be doing now, what should we do so that this thing should not happen again? I appeared in this very particular TV station in 2022. and with Babajide, I made a recommendation. This particular school that they have kidnapped these school children, I recommended that that school should have been closed since 2022 because that area has been vulnerable for a quite a long time. So what they did that time, they took some measures, but the measures are not enough. And you know quite very well that governors has limitation of chain of command. Even though they have intelligence report, we have seen Governor of Zamfara complaining the other day, they know this where these bandits are, they want to take them out, they know their movement, they are in and out, but there is nothing they can do. He said that on television, on screen.
Okay.
So,
all right. I tell you what, I'm going to, sorry for interrupting you. Boniface in Jos has called in. Good morning.
Yes, Uncle Yodo, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Go ahead, please.
Uncle Yodo, are you hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you.
What I have to say about this is this. Are you hearing me?
We can hear you.
The truth of the matter is that I now remember why the chief of defense have to be removed. Because I remember very, very well that during his time, all those things was not happening. The northern leaders met with the Boko Haram at the bush. Maybe then told them that what they will do if they will stop attacking the mosques is to remove the chief of defense. And a moment he was removed, they assumed because he was not giving them any space for them to carry the illicit activities. Because of that, they now connect of issue of trying to remove people or to do what. He was removed, and then now resume adopting this case. The truth of the matter is that why is it that this is about religion? This man that is sitting there that is telling you that you don't give it ethnic or religion is a lie. We know what Islam is all about. We know what is in their mind. We know why they are doing all those things. Why are they kidnapping girls? Why are they attacking school girls? Don't they have daughters? Don't they have girls? Don't they have children? Why was them they attacking? Okay, those girls that they kidnap, what is the girl to them in terms of politics or whatever? Are those girls, are they politicians? Why are they attacking those girls? So we know what they're up to.
Okay.
But what I'm going to say here now, if Khan is hearing me, let Khan stand up and make investigation. If there's any of our Christian girls that is adopted with those girls, let them make sure if it is inviting Donald Trump, go in there. Let Donald Trump go. Because upon releasing those 25 girls, maybe if there's a Christian, they will not release him. Will not release them. Or they will not release her. That is what they are the point of doing. So
Okay.
I don't know why Islam is just a religion that I can never know what they're up to in this very world. Somebody cannot come into this very government, they will allow him. Once a Christian comes, it's a problem.
Okay, well, I want to thank you. I want to thank you very much. Indeed, thank you very much for calling in. Really do appreciate your call. Mr. Dabai, there you hear it. Feelings are very strong. But some of the things he said, for example, first of all, school children are soft targets. That's the first thing. Now, girl child or girl children, that's yet another level. So you can see that there's a plan here. And you cannot deny really that there's a preponderance of this kind of activity in the north. Now, I'm not saying it's happening exclusively in the north, but there's no way you can remove from the fact that a preponderance of these events happens in the north. So what are they up to there?
You see, we cannot deny some facts, but the issue of adding religion to it, now by the time they will release the names of these students, I assure you that you are going to see a lot of the names of Muslims, and we are going to see the names of Christians. Because the community we are talking about is a mix of three religions. Zulu Emirate as a whole, having 4 local governments, Danko Wasagu, where these incidents happen, in Maga, is under Danko Wasagu, and we have Sakaba, we have Fakai, and we have Zulu local government. We also have about 5 chiefdoms. We have Danko chiefdom, we have Wasagu Chiefdom, we have Sakaba, and then we have Fakai and Dabai Chiefdom. So these chiefdoms are made up of Christians and Muslims living together, mixed up. So you cannot, there are, in whatsoever you are doing in Nigeria, even you now in this your television channel, you will find people who are religious bigots, who have some religious bias. You cannot deny that fact in every aspect of Nigeria. But when it comes to issues like this, we should look at this as a failure of the institutions that are responsible to ensure the safety of this girl. This school is located in a vulnerable area. The surveillance measures that has been taking place may not be enough, because I'm aware that 4 policemen has been drafted to that school for some months now. And the very day that incident was about to happen, military personnel were deployed in that very particular school. But along the line, some things happened. When these bandits came in, the military were not even there. They were on patrol.
Yeah.
They were on patrol. That was what they said. So what we should be doing is that we should hold the institutions that are responsible for our safety and security, especially the security of our schoolgirls or our school children. We should hold them responsible. Once we begin to put religion into it, tribe into it, we will miss the whole thing.
All right, 1 second, please. 1 second. Caller in Ajah is waiting to join the program. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Yori. God bless you.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Mr. Yori, we are in a very serious situation. Oh. Go and calculate when they abducted the Chibok girls, the time they abducted those Chibok girls. Go and look. It was close to election period. In order to smear the name of Jonathan. What they are doing now is a game plan to smear the name of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But they will be surprised. We are ready for any situation. They will be surprised. The first man that called that they got into a meeting to compel President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to remove the chief of army staff. That was the same thing they did to Jonathan to remove Iheri Jirika. Iheri Jirika, what he put in place was to make sure that when you get to Ojo local government, you control off all the Ojo local government, you make a search, all houses to houses, and then all weapons are raided, and those involved. From there, the following morning, they will go to another local government. When they now saw what the man was doing, that he was succeeding, they got on Jonathan to remove Iheri Jirika. But this time, they are not going to work because we too, we are ready for them.
Okay. All right.
Let
me just thank you. Let me thank you very much, caller. Caller, thank you very much for calling in from Ajah. Beg your pardon, please. We have to sort of limit it here so other people can have the room to call in. Bamai, I did see that you wanted to comment on that.
Yes, you see, even let's assume that the opposition are working against President Tinubu, or even some people who don't want to be in power to return in 2027, they are working against him. It is the responsibility of the federal government, of the Nigerian government, to ensure that those sabotaging their aim, nobody is about government. Let me take order today that so person should be arrested. It will not take more than 24 hours. That person will be arrested and will be brought to book, except those criminals that were in the bushes or we don't know their whereabouts. So if there are elites, northern elites, or there are some group of individuals, the government feels they are working against it and they are sabotaging the security efforts so that they can use that as an excuse to vote him out of power, it is also his responsibility to expose these people. Gather your facts, do your homework very well, and then present your facts. Address the nation. Tell them the exact situation, the intelligence available to you. We cannot continue to hide this thing that for security reasons. Which security reasons? We should expose them.
All right.
We should reveal their identities. We should say exactly what they are doing. So our institutions has failed. Our military lacks the intelligence and what it takes to even defend themselves, not to talk of other communities. So these are the things we should be looking at it.
All right. I tell you what, we've got to take a break. I beg your pardon. We've got to take a break. We're going to be right back, and we'll continue this conversation with our guest, Bamayi Aniko Dambai, who is a public affairs analyst. We'll be right back. Stay with us, please.
The Renewed Hope Initiative RHI presents the RHI Green Nigeria Challenge. Go green today for a greener tomorrow. This national competition is in 3 categories. The household category is a tree planting competition amongst 11 frontline states in northern Nigeria. Each participating household in Adamawa, Borno, Bauchi, Gombe, Jigawa, Kano, Katsina, Kebbi, Sokoto, Yobe, and Zamfara states will plant a minimum of 1 tree to qualify, with a video evidence of before and after the tree planting exercise. 20 million naira will be awarded to the best household. Submission deadline is 20th December 2026. Community category will see local governments, local communities, schools, and NGOs reclaim and transform degraded or abandoned areas such as dump sites, landfills, parks, and their likes into green, vibrant gardens, parks, and eco-friendly spaces. 50 million naira would be awarded to the overall best community group. Deadline for submission is 15th July 2026. State category will have all states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory, excluding Enugu State, have a chance to address the growing threats to environmental sustainability and cleanliness. States will be judged based on the number of trees planted on major roads and inner streets and how clean they are. 100 million naira will be awarded to the best performing state. Already, Enugu State has 100 million naira for being RHI's model green state due to its greenery and cleanliness. Video evidence must be submitted by participating states on or before 20th December 2026. All entries must be directed to RHI Office, State House, Abuja, or email rhi.greenchallenge@statehouse.gov.ng. RHI Green Nigeria Challenge. Go green today for a greener tomorrow.
Okay, indeed. Welcome back. Still with us is Bamayi Aniko Dambai, public affairs analyst. We're looking at the story of 25 students of Government Girls Comprehensive Senior Secondary School in Maga, Kebbi State. And the very unfortunate news that their vice principal, Malam Hassan Makuku, was also killed. May God rest his soul. According to eyewitnesses, he was killed as he sought to protect the girls, in his care. That's when he was shot, according to, eyewitnesses. Okay, so coming back to you now, Mr. Dabai, you were just saying it seemed to me that you were, sort of counseling caution when it comes to the politicization, if I got you right, of this issue, because one or two people have called in and have said that, can't you people see that this is politics all over again?
Pardon?
Sorry, did you hear me?
You say your last question, the question.
Well, you are saying that this is politics.
Yes.
That's what you're saying. So I was just, reassuring that that is your position, that it's not about criminals, it's not about bandits. In fact, I don't know if you think it's about terrorism, but there is the question about why go to a girls' school? Why a girl? Look, the last time that I think you referred to it, this was during President Buhari's time. I remember when the students were released to him, it was mixed. There were boys and there were girls, if I remember correctly. This time you've gone exclusively for girls. So you are very much in the way terrorists operate. You are looking for, what is it now? A very deep cut in our psychological affair. Okay, I hear that yet another. You see, when it concerns our children, you can expect that people will be calling in like this. Did I hear that Mr. George is on the line?
Yes.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. George.
Good morning, Uncle Yori. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes. Good morning to the guest.
Yes.
Uncle Yori, I heard Reverend Dominic loud and clear. Yes, it is a possibility that some elders in the north or wherever kidnapping is happening may be complicit in these matters. But that belongs to the realm of conspiracy theories. Let us even take it for purposes of argument that it is true. Is it beyond the control of the government to stop it? That's why we have our security agencies. I have been saying it on this program that this banditry, and I don't see any difference between Boko Haram and banditry. It is Boko Haram that transited to bandits.
In terms of, sorry, Mr. George, in terms of trying to do something about it, our guest was just saying that 4 policemen, as many as 4 policemen were actually, designated to that place. But when they were to strike,
yes,
they weren't there.
Yes, I heard that as well. What I'm saying is the general approach to the menace. The bandits, how did they get to where they are today? To become so widespread and almost uncontrollable. That's why I like to address the cause of a problem before the effects. Now, if we have spent a lot of money to buy Tucano jets. I heard some journalists saying it is Donald Trump that helped us to buy jets. But this same Donald Trump did not allow us to use it. If you want to use it to deal with bandits, they say they will remotely disable it. They are controlling where it should be used and where it should not be used. This country is being rid of criminals, and we have equipment to deal with them. If they will not allow us to use it, then let us take it back to them and collect our money. That Tucano jet can stay in Lagos and target in Ibadan and get it. The security agencies say they know where these bandits are. How can't you deal with them with this equipment that we have? They have drones, they have everything to surveil what exactly is there before they strike. What is wrong? For me, Uncle Yori, these children must be returned safely. If they ask for a ransom, give them the ransom, collect the children, and then go back and face them and get rid of them. If it was like that, these things will not be coming up repeatedly. Okay.
All right, then. Thank you very much, Mr. George. Let me hand it back to you, Mr. Dabai. You've heard that, because, first of all, what do you think of the statement there that for how long is this going to continue? And we can't stand it anymore, is the attitude that some people are going to be getting. Do you agree that we have the wherewithal to repel all of this?
We have everything it takes to make sure that this country is safe for everyone. The mistakes we have made in the past, we refused deliberately, let me put it that way, our leaders deliberately refused to leverage on their past experiences to ensure that these things do not repeat themselves again. Because we had Boko Haram, they have been operating for how many years now? If we would have dealt with Boko Haram, expose their sponsor, kill those we can kill, send those to jail that the law said we should send them to jail, take measures that are required, then nothing like banditry would have emerged. And even now that we are still pampering and then handling these bandits with soft hands, very soon, I can assure you that even after Tinubu, during a tenure of another leader, some group of insurgents or criminals will also rise. So they are doing dialogue, they are doing all those, but are these things going to work? The truth is, they are not going to work. Criminals, what you do to them everywhere is to deal with them. Those who are willing to stop their criminal activities, they will surrender to you willingly. Then you will look at the provisions of the law, how we are going to handle them. So
but that's another problem, isn't it? Because when we say, when we do what you've just said, you know, the phenomenon of repentant terrorists, repentant Boko Haramists, you say you are rehabilitating them, psychologically rehabilitating them, they're back in, but they're really not rehabilitated. They're really not for Nigeria, as evidence has subsequently shown. But in the meantime, I think I do have someone else. If I'm, so let me just quickly not miss this person. Mr. Yakub. Good morning, Mr. Yakub.
Yeah, Chief, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
And then good morning to our guests, even though you kept me for a while.
Sorry, it's because you've already been enjoying the network here. We know when you phoned in earlier on another matter. But carry on, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Chief. I totally agree with your guests. And then I disagree with one of our fourth caller then that says that this thing they were purposely kidnapping the girls and then they were Christian and all that. I want Nigerian citizens to know that the criminal is criminal, nothing but criminals. They don't differentiate between the Christian and the Muslim. As your guest rightly said earlier, by the time we get these girls out, you'll find out that there were Muslim among of them. There were Christian among of them. This is a criminality. And then as Mr. George rightly said earlier, I don't think anybody is bigger than a country. That is why we have the military apparatus, we have the intelligence. What is wrong with our intelligence gathering, Mr. Yori, Chief Yori rather? What has happened? Because if these people can weigh all these girls out, and then they took them away, up to this moment, we have never gone whereabouts they were. Then, Mr. George mentioned something earlier, which I was like, wow. In fact, it's a shock to me, because I heard it for the first time from Mr. George this morning, that the Tucano that we use our money to buy, Chief Yori, Tucano that we use our money to buy. In fact, it took USA to produce this Tucano jet for us, I think almost 4 years. And even we paid up front. We paid up front then. And then when the Tucano jet finally land, now we have the military apparatus, we have the equipment, and then somebody somewhere out far away from US now direct us how to use it, when to use it, when to not use it. Can you see what I'm saying? Because I cannot use my money to buy a food, and then somebody outside will not telling me that eat your food here, don't eat this one. The money that I use to buy my partner food to eat.
Indeed.
That's the irony to it. That's the irony to it. So I just want to tell Mr. President, if this is political, just get all these guests out and deal with the perpetrator, even the financier, as your said earlier. You should be able to deal with them. Thank you. God bless you, sir.
Thank you very much. Mr. Dabai, let me, you said among other things that nobody is bigger than government. And of course, everybody knows that. You can't be bigger than government. You can't fight government. You fight government at your own peril and so on and so forth. Everybody knows about that. But we've always wondered what the situation is in Nigeria, because going back to Buhari's time and even before Buhari's time, we used to think that, look, it's a highly regimented environment, the military, and no matter their prowess, no matter how powerful they are, they will not move without an order. And we, through the years, the decades, have been inquiring. So what's the problem? I remember we inquired of President Buhari, what's the problem? Give these soldiers, these well-trained soldiers who are armed, give them wherewithal, give them, most importantly, the order. Tell them to go ahead and do what they need to do. If need be, tell them, take no prisoners. Those kind of words, those kind of orders, we're not seeing them yet. Tell me what you think about that whole scenario, or are people that are going in that direction, are they maybe oversimplifying it in your opinion?
You see, even within the military, there are a lot of things that are playing out. You know, Nigeria's problem is Nigeria's problem. There is problem of tribalism, there is problem of religion, there is politics, there are economic saboteurs, there are different kinds of interests. But if you...
Do we have patriots as well? Do we have patriots? Do we have patriots as well?
You see, what we have is we hardly see a patriot in Nigeria. Because even right now, if you look at your callers, by my own judgment, you discover that maybe 70–80% of them are looking at these things based on tribe or religion or region. So, for
example, sir.
Yes.
What would you cite as an example of what you have just said?
You see, this is a security issue. There are issues you cannot come on live and then say them. But we all know the truth. But let me put this thing straight. I know very well there are northern leaders, there are northern governors. If today they will have full control of the security agencies, they will eliminate bandits and Boko Haram in their areas. So having these state versus national issues, interests, this one is a minister at the federal level, this one is a governor, this one can give directives, and this one can give counter directives. And this is where we're having problem. The problem of synergy, collaboration between the state government, local government, and federal government, especially between the state government and federal government. Because you have a situation whereby the state governor is not in good books of the president. And that alone will create security challenges within his state.
Wow. Well, okay.
We have the political leaders.
I hear you. I hear what you've just said, and you said it, you own it. But so I won't even, I would have loved to interrogate you, but we don't have the time because I want to take on Joshua in Irewolide. Good morning, sir.
Uncle Yori, thank you for including me, and I also appreciate your guest. Uncle Yori, for us in the South here, everyone who has a sense of respect for human dignity, our mental health is being affected by all these news coming from the north, banditry, kidnapping of girls, and all that. Our mental health is being affected. I'm not sure that in the north, that there's this vibrant media that is attacking their mental health, the way ours is being attacked in the west there. But the point is this, we will talk to the issue. The governor should be held squarely responsible for this matter. This is why, Uncle Yori, if there are still schools that are vulnerable in the north, then the people handling those schools are complicit. Because from the abduction of Chibok girls and all that, we could say these people came as surprise. From the first one, second one, third one, if today there are still schools that are opened enough to gather 25, all this, then the people in charge, Uncle Yori, are complicit.
Okay.
This is the matter. If they are using all these things to do business, they should take this thing out of public space and be doing it among themselves, right? If it's a culture, if this is what they agree to doing, let us have an understanding of it. That's why people are talking about national dialogue, so that you understand some things that bother you don't bother some people. Because these people just pick these girls to go and marry them off to themselves. Is somebody interested in all that? So for the fact that that school is open at that time, for that incident to take place, the people on the ground are complicit. And a president should pass unfortunately we have executive governors, so president cannot arrest him. But the president should make it very clear that the governor and the guys who are in charge of that environment should be held accountable.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Joshua. I'm so sorry, but really, you know, we're pressed for time here. Okay, so I wanted you to have the last word, Mr. Dabai. You hear the commentary. What do you think of the idea that the governors also have a key role to play in all of this?
Yes, the governors has a key role to play. And let me advise here. You see, all the schools that are vulnerable should be closed, especially the female school, because females are soft target. You know what it means if your daughter is taken away from you by criminals. It's a different feeling if a male child is taken away. So schools that are vulnerable should be closed. We have a lot of them. The students should be relocated or redeployed to schools that are in safer places. Of course, there is no place that is very safe in Nigeria, especially in some parts of the northern Nigeria, but there are those that are relatively safe. Okay. So those students should be relocated to those safe places. So this is what the governors should do, because this is what they have the power to do. The power to command the security agencies to carry out attacks, to go offensive after bandits. They have limitations to such commands, but they do not have limitations on how to control and redeploy or relocate students within their jurisdiction. They do not have such control. They do not have they do not have limitations on that.
We've almost run out of time, but I suppose the most important point in all of this, and I'm sure it'll be addressed in the days that are coming, we want our girls back, just like their parents, just like their guardians. All of Nigerians feel this outrage. As Joshua was saying over in Irewolede, it's affecting us mentally. We want our girls back. We want our daughters back. And I don't think you can add any more to that. So, of course, we're going to be looking to the very top to give us guidance on how this can be done. They cannot claim to be helpless. I'm going to have to leave it there. And thank you, Mr. Bamai and Nico Dabai, public affairs analyst, for coming on our program and sharing your perspective with us. We really appreciate it. Okay, we're going to have to leave it there, but do please join us tomorrow for a fresh edition. I am Yori Folani. Bye-bye for now.